A.D. Robertson. I'm so glad to have you up in here because every day when we come on here and we do this live, we have two simple goals. Always remember that. Two simple goals. The first goal is to create a sense of connectedness and community where we support each other, we love on each other. The second goal is that we always have a discussion that is designed to be impactful at some meaningful level. And so today is not unlike any other day. We're going to have a major conversation that hopefully will help to shift your life into high gear so that you can become the better version of yourself. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome in both our TikTok family and our YouTube family. Look at here. I see you, Glam. Welcome in, superstar. Welcome in. Listen, y'all missed it last night. Oh man. Yeah, tapping is definitely clapping. We're at 2,600. Let's go ahead and push that thing on up. Let's make it do what it do. So now listen, we had an amazing time last night. For those of you who missed the virtual hypnosis experience, shame on you. Shame on you. Hopefully we'll catch you the next time. But it was an absolutely powerful, powerful experience. Hey, Willis, I see you over here. Glad to see you on. Glad you're making it over there. And so we're going to go ahead and kick today off. If you are ready to kick today's topic off, put ready in the chat. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and do it. Put ready in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. Did I see Amy come up in here? Yes, we had a time last night. I see you, Janae. Excellent. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, Monica, I see you. I see you, Marie. Good to see you. Let's go ahead and get this day started. Glad to have you up in here, Amy. Let's go. You know, I thought that we would... Jabs! Good to see you in. Good to see you, superstar. So glad to have you up in here with us today. Hopefully you had a wonderful day because I know you're at home now. It's about 9 o'clock over there in Kenya. So you kind of laying back and relaxing and enjoying yourself. And thank you, Amy, for that daily heart me. So as you guys come in, make sure that you grab that daily heart me too. Make sure you're tapping away because tapping is clapping up in here. We want to go ahead and get that up to 10K real quick so that pushes us out to the FYP. Excellent. Thank you, Glam. Thank you. And again, if we have any newbies in the building, as we start off our day, let us know that you are a newbie simply by putting newbie in the chat. All right, here we go. Main character energy. And this is something that, this is a theme that we talk about quite often because many of us wrestle with being the main character in our own story. Now, I know that may sound crazy to you. I know. But today I'm going to put a little twist on it because, of course, we have talked about main character energy before. And so today I want to help you to become the better version of yourself by being the main character in your story and how to romanticize your own growth era. How you create your own growth era by romanticizing it, by falling in love with your life. We live in a culture that glamorizes arrival. It glamorizes the end. It glamorizes the final destination, if you will. Thank you, Fine Wine, for my hat. I truly appreciate it. We glamorize that end. We have all types of award ceremonies. We celebrate people. We have the Emmys, we have the Grammys, we have all of that stuff. We live in a culture that glamorizes arrival but rushes the becoming. especially these later generations. And I'm pretty sure my baby boomers would agree that from the Gen X's on down, we are a part of the microwave generations. But because we don't know what the world would be like, some of us, especially our millennials, they don't know what a world looks like without a microwave. So quite often we find ourselves rushing the process, rushing the becoming, and yet the becoming is where identity is actually forged. The Gen X is the analog generation, the last. Listen, come on now, you know it. Ill chill. We are definitely the last analog generation. We're the last generation to even know what analog means because beyond that, everything is digital. And that's okay. And we're fine with it. It's just that there comes with it a different mindset, a different mentality, and a different reality altogether. Because let's just face one reality: the world that you and I were raised to be champions in no longer exists. So what does that mean for us? Yes, we can bring some of the old ways and some of the traditions that are foundational, but at the end of the day, the world that we were raised for is no longer here. It no longer exists. So we have to make some adjustments and make some shifts. And as I said, we can carry some of the old stuff with us, but we have to make that shift. So the most powerful chapter in your life may not be the breakthrough. Watch this now. Come on now. The most powerful chapter in your life may not always be the breakthrough, but the quiet season where you decided to show up differently. Does that resonate with anybody? If that resonates with you, if this topic for today, main character energy, if main character energy is something that you look like you're embodying right now or you're prepared to embody, put me in the chat. Put me in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. Put me in the chat. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Chanel. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Willis. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Willis, on both platforms. Thank you, Costa. Excellent. And I love the fact that you have the exclamation points. And again, if you are a newbie, welcome in. Welcome in. If you are a newbie, let us know that you're a newbie by putting newbie in the chat. Growth. Just remember this, y'all. And we've been talking about this for months because this is what we do. Growth is not a punishment season. It's not. Especially for my newbies. Growth is not a punishment season. It is a sacred cinematic montage. It is a sacred cinematic montage that constantly plays out. But it's not a punishment, but it's where your character development begins. It's where you're starting to be rewritten. So when you romanticize your evolution, here it is. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder, Fine Wine. Yes, let's tap, tap, tap away. Hey, Star Boy, good to see you on up in here. Welcome in. Welcome in. And if you guys, and then here again, if there's some newbies up in here, whether you're on TikTok or you're on YouTube, let us know that you're a newbie. So when you romanticize your evolution, discipline stops feeling heavy and starts feeling intentional, elegant, and sometimes even powerful. So main character energy is a real thing. And so right now in this moment, as you're shifting and moving into that better version of you, I want you to envision your life as a movie. If you're a character in your own movie, but are you the main character? Sometimes we create these side characters and all that kind of stuff. If y'all are ready for part one, put one in the chat. Let's go, let's go. If you're ready for part one, put one in the chat. Excellent. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Willis. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Jabs. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Willis. Here we go. The montage is the main character moment. The montage, thank you, Smile. The main character does not become powerful at the end of the movie. Hang your hat on that for a second. The main character does not become powerful at the end of the movie. They become powerful during the unseen preparation. You know, one of the beautiful things, one of the most elegant and beautiful things about Marvel, whether you love Marvel or not, we got some people that are DC folks and Marvel folks. I'm a Marvel guy. And one thing that I love about a good story, and I think many of us love a good story, is how they beautifully paint the picture of the backstory. Don't we? Does anybody else love a backstory? A good backstory where we know, where we begin to understand where the characters come from and why the characters are the way they are. Because as you write a story, here's the thing, because as a writer myself, and y'all know that we're working on our television debut thing right now. So I'm playing with the acting thing. And so as you develop a character, watch this. As you develop a character, the most complex character have the most beautiful backstories. You love to see the alchemy. They have the most beautiful backstories. Look at this now. All right, who give me a character, even a bad guy, where you just love the character themselves. Even to the point where they may be the bad guy or the villain in the story, but you understand their journey. Right, I love how the bad guys are painted. Loki. Loki. Chanel says she loves Loki. The Hulk. Okay, the Hulk's backstory. That is a good backstory. Wolverine, come on. Now, Thanos is really complex. That's good. The healer has to suffer first. You don't have the pain to grow. Yeah, that's it. That's right. Dracula, Iron Man. Yeah, so you see how you sit there and you look at these characters. But what made you fall in love with them? What made you fall in love with them was their backstory. Not necessarily their full-blown character arc, the fulfillment of that arc, but the backstory and how they came to be. It is their backstory. So the same thing is for you as you're beginning to move into your character arc. You are the main character in your story. And here's the sad part about it. Many people don't even place themselves front and center stage in their own drama. Do you realize that many people, they place everybody else in front of them? Some people, I see you, sunshine, welcome in, welcome in. Some people literally, they take their own main character and they sit them to the side as if they are a sidekick. Many of you are taking a backseat to somebody else's story. And that somebody is you. You're literally taking a backseat and you're putting your significant other before you. You're putting the family before you. You're putting the children before you. You're putting the job before you. Anybody in here find themselves putting somebody else before them? That's a real question. Have you ever had a season where you were not the main character in your own story? And you're actually putting somebody else. You're putting somebody else's needs above yours. Thank you, Willis. Thank you, Sanaya. Good to see you on. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Jabs. Constantly putting other people, thank you, Janae. Constantly putting other people before you in your own story. Crosby says for years. Mimi says constantly. Amy says yes. And as you do that, let me ask you, how does that make you feel to put yourself as a stand-in character, as an extra in your own story? How does that feel? Does it feel good? Do you feel excited about waking up in life? Sanaya says drained. Drained. Tired. How else? Come on. How else do you feel not being the main character in your story? Stressed. Thank you, sunshine. Stressed. Give me another word. Come on. Both families, both TikTok and YouTube families. What else? How else do you feel as you have made yourself an extra in your own story? This is the thing that we wrestle with. And this is why invisible, oh, that's a good one. That's good. Invisible, exhausted, less than, resentful. Thank you for your honesty. That's a tough place to be in. And so as we have this conversation today, it's absolutely imperative that you make this shift. And here's the crazy thing. Even as you are doing better and starting to love on yourself more, you're still habitually putting people in front of you. You're still choosing to have other people be the main character in your story, and you're not even the main character in yours. The main character does not become powerful at the end of the movie. They become powerful during the unseen preparation, the backstory, the character arc. The subconscious mind builds identity through emotionalized repetition. What do I tell you? Magic begins to happen when you have an elevated emotion and a clear intention. When you have those two things married together, then you have shift and change that starts to happen, whether in a positive direction or a negative direction. You are literally creating that story. So that means how you feel about your effort determines whether you see yourself as the hero or the victim. Now, here's the tough part. Are you the hero in the story, or are you the victim? Many people often play the victim in their own story. How is it? How is it? And especially if you were here these last few days, how is it that you have the pen in your hand and you have the ability to write your own life script, but yet you write yourself into your own story as a victim? And then, oh gosh, how many of us have friends? How many of us have friends or family members that always play the victim? And they write themselves into, even though they're their own, they're the author of their own story. They often play the victim and never the hero. Always a problem, always a problem. So when you begin to observe yourself as the protagonist in the story, come on now, Monica. When you begin to see yourself as the protagonist instead of an extra, your posture, your tone, your decision-making shifts immediately. Immediately. And as you become the main character in your story, that tone shifts. The thoughts you speak, the thoughts you have, the words you speak, and the actions you take, the emotions that you experience, they all shift. And so this is important. Why? Here we go. Come here, our newbies. Come on in here. Because if you realize one simple thing, and this is foundational for our talk. We live, hey, Travis, good to see you in. We live in an energetic universe. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that clutch. We live in an energetic universe, and because we live in an energetic universe, this universe has a language, and that language is frequency. And so that frequency, I'm going to tell you directly, that frequency that you and I create, it literally, oh, how do you take your energy back? Oh, Brenda, you're in the right place. Hang around. Hang around, baby. We got you. You're in the right place. Y'all tell Brenda that she's in the right place. I promise you. This universe has a language, and that language is frequency. And so you may say, well, AD, where does that frequency come from? In part, that frequency, it comes from you and it comes from me. And that vibrational frequency is just that. It's vibrational. That frequency arises from the thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience. They create what I like to call the protocol of alignment. And that alignment creates a resonance, and that resonance is vibrational. It has a frequency to it based on the thoughts you have, the words you speak, the actions you take, and the emotions that you experience. That signal, that frequency is broadcasted out. You constantly are broadcasting a frequency, and that frequency is then received by the quantum field. The frequency is received by the quantum field, and the quantum field then reflects it back to you and I as what you and I experience as reality. So the universal law of correspondence reminds us that as within, so without. As above, so below. As it is in the east, so shall it be in the west. And with that being the reality that we're wrestling with, we understand that we, by great degree, are the co-authors of our own story. So energetically, based upon our focus, where our focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. But what is manifesting? Your reality. What is manifesting? What is manifesting is based upon the vibrational frequency that you are emitting, the signal that you're sending out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 30 days a month, 31 sometimes, 365 days a year. You are constantly broadcasting out this signal, and that signal is received by the quantum field and reflects back to us as reality. Does that make sense, everybody? If that makes sense, put yes in the chat, because that's foundational for our conversation today. If it makes sense, put yes in the chat. Excellent. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Sanaya. Thank you, Jabs. All right. So because of that, when you begin observing yourself through the protagonist lens, instead of the extra, your posture, your tone, and everything shifts. So as your posture shifts, that means your thinking has shifted. That means the words that you begin to speak now are shifting. That means the actions that you take every single day. And I'm going to get into those actions too. Those things that you do every single day, the emotions, that frequency is broadcasting out. So in terms of quantum mechanics, because you know we always throw that quantum mechanics up in there. So in terms of quantum mechanics, the observer effect influences reality. We talk about that all of the time. So when you observe yourself as capable, your behaviors align with that assumption. I'm going to say that again. If you're going to take some notes, take the notes right here. In quantum mechanics, the observer effect influences reality. So observation influences the reality. It is the universal law of vibration. Wave first, form second. Wave first, form second. Because we have those particles that, thank you, Mimi, for those finger hearts. Because we have the wave first, we have the form second. Then the universal law of attraction can come into place, because now there's something to attract into your experience. Because you've already gone through the process of wave first, form second. It forms because of observation. The observation in and of itself, it collapses the particle, it collapses the wave into form through observation. Thank you, Mimi. So again, the observer influences reality. The observer influences reality. When you observe yourself as capable, when you place yourself as the main character now in your story, and you're not the sidekick, you're not an extra, you are the main character. Put main character in the chat. You are the main character. And if you have not been the main character in your story, I need you to commit right now to move forward with the fact that you are the main character in your story. If you're not the main character in your story, Tony, then you have to accept the fact that you have become the side item, the sideline person in somebody else's story. And so just like how you can come on a person's live, like how we come in here and people kind of do the little crazy things, like they what do y'all call the people? They're not stalkers. What do they do? What is it, the thing that they do? I forget. I'm not gonna spend time on it, but that's the thing that people do. They don't have anything else. Troll. Thank you, Travis. Thank you. I appreciate that. They're trolling because they really want main character energy, but they don't have the courage and the nerve to put on the camera and to become the main character in a live or in their own story. So they piggyback on other people trying to pull energy and focus from them. So that's what happens. So in here, you choose to be main characters. Thank y'all, everybody. Thank you. I see you. Thank you, our main characters. Main character energy only up in here. All right, here we go. So again, the observer influences reality. When you observe yourself as capable, your behaviors align with that assumption. That we start talking about the law of assumption, because your highest assumption about yourself, it must show up. If we are not our best authentic self, we can't give our best to others. That's a part of the equation, Amy. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So a woman walking into a room with intention instead of hesitation. Watch this now. A woman walking into a room with intention instead of hesitation changes the entire energetic exchange. How many of you walk into a room and the room goes quiet? Anybody ever experienced that? Anybody ever walked into the room and the room goes quiet? Because your energy comes in and it captures the room. Anybody realize that they have the ability, that their light is so bright sometimes that it causes the whole room to stop and look and pause? Thank you, sunshine. Thank you. That's main character energy. That's main character energy. And so I need you all to begin to embody that, because as you see yourself as such, as you see yourself, the universal law of assumption says that it is going to always honor. Come on, come on. There you go. We'll take the sometimes, Glam. We'll take the sometimes. We are going to honor the fact that you show up in a particular way. And that highest assumption based upon the law of assumption says that the universe is going to honor that highest assumption and that highest frequency and make that a part of your experience, your reality. A man choosing calm under pressure rewrites the narrative of who he believes himself to be. You literally have the pen in your hand. You have the pen in your hand. You have the pen in your hand. If your life were a film, would you recognize yourself as the lead role right now? This is the honest question right now in this moment. Right now in this moment. If your life was a film, would you see yourself as the main character in it right now? That's what I want to know. Either put yes or no. Come on, real quick. Come on. I want to see. I want to see. I want to see. Because this is absolutely vital for your embodiment. Because remember, I do now. Thank you, Janae. I see you, Sunshine. Sunshine says no. Thank you, Travis, for that. Yes. Amy says pretty much. I love it, Amy. Some of y'all are the main characters in this room. But thank you so much for your transparency. Because that main character, when you don't see yourself as the main character in your story, that's a heavy, heavy, heavy energetic space to be in. You see the supporting actor. Wow. Wow. That's big. Your life is your story. You should always be the main character in it. Yep. That's absolutely right, Travis. But unfortunately, I have to honor the fact that there are many of us who have backstories. We have tribes that we arose from, that we came out of. We have families that we're a part of. We have tribes that we're a part of. And unfortunately, that put us into a space because as we rehearsed our life day in and day out, as we were becoming part of our backstory, we played too small. Sometimes we played it small to keep the peace. Sometimes we played it small to make other people feel good about themselves. Because you hid your light, you hid how brilliant you were, you hid how smart you were in school. You played it small. You played it small. You played it small so others could feel good about themselves. You played it small to be accepted. You played small to be loved. Because you were tired of being rejected because of your brilliance, your beauty, your smarts, your gifts, your light. And so you turned out the light of being the main character in your story and you begin to put other people in the front, in the foreground. because being the main character in your story sometimes can be very, very heavy because all of the focus can be on you. And so you have to maintain that energy, especially when you're dealing with family, when you're dealing with your own tribe, using our expired survival adaptations in adulthood. Yep. That's what makes us. Thank you, Janae. Janae says, to great degree, it's because we're using our expired survival adaptations in adulthood. We're taking those old scripts that are playing on repeat in our subconscious mind. Those things, those stories that kept us safe, those things that kept us moving and going. And so those survival techniques wound up being limiting beliefs. Those survival techniques cause us to play it small and to maintain being an extra in the story of our own lives. If y'all are ready for part 2, put 2 in the chat. If you're ready for part 2, put 2 in the chat. Micro habits. Thank you. Thank you, Jabs. Thank you, Sanaya. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Lindsay. And welcome in. Welcome in. So glad to have you with us. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Glam. This is a part of the process of becoming the main character in your own story. Micro habits as identity sculptors. How you see yourself is so important. I say it every single day that we're on here. How you see yourself is utterly important. That's why we're talking about main character energy today. Thank you, Amy, for the populars. How you see yourself is everything because the universe does not give to us based upon how we see ourselves. The universe literally gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. It doesn't give us what we ask for. The universe does not give to us based upon what we ask for. It gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. So, micro habits. Let's talk about these things. And this is where when we start talking about a particular aspect of the protocols of alignment, the protocols of alignment that create a vibrational frequency that causes the quantum field to collapse and to give us what we experience as reality. Part of that, remember, we have the thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience. Let's talk about some action stuff. Let's talk about micro habits, small moves. See, massive transformation is rarely a single leap. Just like as you develop a character in a story, you don't wind up right off the rip falling in love with a character just because they present the character as powerful. No, you fall in love with the character because of their backstory. You fall in love with the character because you can see yourself in their journey. So I need you to begin to fall in love with your own journey because your journey is where the micro habits shine. So again, massive transformation rarely is a single leap. Very few people just pop out all of a sudden. Stars are not born overnight. There were many, many days, weeks, months, hours where nobody saw you. Nobody saw your progress. Nobody saw who you were becoming because life was continuing to life and people's focus wasn't on you. People's focus was on something else. So that massive transformation is rarely a single leap. It is a series of micro decisions that quietly accumulate power. Write that down. It is a series of micro decisions. It is a series of micro decisions that quietly accumulate power. And so this accumulation of power, that's the compound effect. In fact, I'm actually going to talk about the law of compound. Wait, come on now, Monique, what you doing in my talk now? What you doing? You peeking at my notes here? See, let me move. No, you're dead on it. It is absolutely a compounding effect where bit by bit, moment by moment, you are creating the character arc. Massive transformation is rarely a single step. It is a series of micro decisions that quietly accumulate power over time. Dopamine is not the enemy. Dopamine is not the enemy. Unmanaged dopamine is. Earned dopamine through efforts builds confidence and trust. Now let's talk about this dopamine. Let's talk about this dopamine for a minute. Why am I even talking about dopamine? Dopamine is the reward hormone. It is that thing that you get. That's what, you kind of get addicted to when you're on your phone. It's that instant gratification. It's the neurochemical that you receive that supports immediate gratification. And so because many of us seek immediate gratification, you don't understand why you seek the immediate gratification. You seek that immediate gratification because you're really looking for that hormone boost. You're looking for that dopamine hit. You're looking for the celebration and that emotional release that causes the dopamine to flood your bloodstream. And so that dopamine is not a bad thing, and it is not the enemy. And just because you enjoy the feeling of the dopamine does not make it a bad thing, but it is a part of the process, but should not be the progenitor or the main character in your story, especially in your hormonal story. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. When pleasure is attached to progress, discipline becomes sustainable. Watch this. And this is where you have to get accustomed to being kind to yourself. This is where you have to make light of the struggles that you face. This is where you have to pleasure, when pleasure is attached to progress, because that's what dopamine does. It is that feel-good hormone. Oh, dopamine is delicious. But if you can masterfully craft pleasure as it is attached to your progress, discipline becomes sustainable. When you enjoy, that's why most successful people love what? What do they love? Most successful people love what? What they do. Most successful people love what they do. And so the reason why they love what they do is because there's a kinship, there's an alignment with that thing that they do. And so therefore it's easy for them to do the thing. And as it's easy for them to do, discipline becomes easy. So that which appears to be magical, like they have discipline throughout, man, like there's no way in the world I could get up at dark 30 in the morning and run out here and exercise. They don't understand that there are some endorphins that are released into the bloodstream as a reward for that hard work. See, people that work out and exercise understand what that feels like. And so a lot of this stuff that we're talking about is really about biology. It's really about biology. It's really about becoming the better version of yourself and how your body is sending signals and saying, yes, yes, Janae, you're on the right path. Yes, Fine Wine, you're doing your thing. Yes, Amy. Yes, that's the right direction to go in. You're getting those neurochemical signals that are supporting your move and your growth. Let's keep going. The law of compounding. Come on in here, Monique. The law of compounding does not just apply to money. It applies to identity as well. Come on in here. Come on. This is neurobiology without question. The law of compounding does not just apply to money, it applies to identity. Reading 5 pages daily feels small. Tiny, tiny movements, tiny, tiny movements. Writing a book seems like a major task. But if you write 1 page a day, 1 page a day, in 6 months, you'll have almost 200 pages written. In 6 months, if you just write 1 simple page a day, The average book that a person releases now is about 150 to 175 pages, bit by bit, moment by moment. Hey, Everin, good to see you on up in here. Glad to have you back. We missed you. Thank you so much for that daily Heart Me Superstar. Glad to have you back up in here. We missed you too. Y'all love on Everin. She been gone. She's been gone. But let's keep going. And then listen, and if you are a newbie up in here, let us know that you're a newbie by putting newbie in the chat. And Janae says big facts. This is the law of compounding. The law of compounding, again, does not only apply to money, it applies to identity as well. Reading 5 pages daily feels small, but yet over a year, it reshapes thinking patterns and expands precipitously. Hey, Brenda. Good to have you in here, Brenda. Y'all love on Brenda. We got another newbie in here. And listen, if you're from somewhere else in the world, let us know. We like to hear all of this good stuff. We like to hear that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the populars, Everin. Drinking water before coffee signals to the subconscious mind that the body is valued and prioritized. Now, small things that we can create so many scenarios that talk about micro movements and how those micro movements have big payoffs. Small things, small beginnings often wind up having huge endings, huge outcomes. What tiny behavior repeated consistently would completely change your life? Do something today. There's a statement that I like to say. Do something today that the future you would greatly appreciate, that will be absolutely thankful for. In fact, write it in the chat. What simple thing could you do today? Just one small, simple thing. What could you do today that puts you one step closer to being the best version of you? What tiny thing could you do today, or what big thing could you do today that the future you would absolutely fall in love with? Put it in the chat, because I want to see. Because what you place in here will tell me if you have main character energy or you're still playing it small. Because as we begin to move into that new and powerful version of ourselves, part of our struggle has been we've been hiding our light. To be honest with self, to make change. Oh, I love that, Sunshine. Thank you. Sunshine, over our family over here on YouTube, Sunshine says, be honest with self. Be honest with herself to make change. That's the first step. Beautiful. Anybody else? Come on. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I want to sing. Glam says, to be honest, I want to sing and teach beauty. I love it. Wouldn't that version of you just love listen, wouldn't the future you just love the fact that you chose to do what you love to do? Giving myself grace. Oh, I love that one. Thank you. Thank you, Hiz. Giving myself grace. Ooh, I love that. That's a good one. Hold space for my ideas to grow, to ground and grow. Ooh, I love that, Everin. Come on, that's good. That's good. That's good. No, this is beautiful. No, continue to share those, because as you're contemplating what the future you would love, looking for a friend who is focusing on identity shift. I'm from Kenya. Roy, we have some Kenya beautiful people in here. Roy, we got Roy meet Jabs. Jabs meet Roy. Kenya, we have Roy, we have Jab. She's in Kenya right now. And she's been in here with us for months now. So glad to have you up in here. Hey, Nikki, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. No, this is good. Thank you for grabbing that daily heart me, y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much. And this is perfect because we are at the top of the hour right now. You guys are doing your thing. We're a little short. We're right here at we're at the top of the hour, and we're right at 38,000. And so that is a little bit off from our goal, because typically by now we're at about 50,000 or better. But let's go. That's okay. We're gonna keep moving. So, but thank you so much for the 39K. Let's keep tapping because as we do, tapping is clapping. That's excellent. And listen, this is wonderful. We have 48 souls up in here. This is absolutely beautiful. Monique says, take time to see and appreciate all the beauty around me. That's a good one, Monique, especially when you say slow down. The future you would love to slow down. Like I'm gonna do that today. So, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get outside today. If mirrors break bad luck, why do we still look at ourselves every day? Okay. Okay. I got you. There's a wonderful thing about having the ability to choose and to create your reality. And what you're doing right now, just coming here day by day, is helping to do that. Moment by moment, bit by bit, live by live, you're literally shifting and changing and reprogramming. Janae says, work on my technology skills. Oh, I love that. So no, this is perfect. Thank y'all for sharing. So we're right at the top of the hour. This is where don't y'all go anywhere. We have another hour to go. We have another hour of sharing, and it's gonna be really, really powerful, and we're gonna continue to move in that direction. So if this is your vibe, if we have any newbies up in here and we haven't acknowledged you yet, let us know that you're a newbie by putting newbie in the chat. If this is your vibe, this might be your tribe. So I want to invite you to continue to come back here every single day, Monday through Thursday. That's right, today is our Friday. So Monday through Thursday from 12 to 2. And as you come in here, it's going to be empowering. It's going to continue to be empowering. You're going to continue to meet all kinds of amazing and beautiful people up in here. So welcome in. Welcome in. So again, if this is your vibe, this might be your tribe. And also, if you really vibe with us, I want to invite you to become a part of the Oasis. The Oasis is our channel on Discord. Yes, we have a channel on Discord, and inside of the Oasis, we have all kinds of wonderful things. No, we can see your comments, Chanel. No, we can see your comments. Inside of the Oasis, I want to invite you to become a part of the Oasis. Inside of the Oasis, we have our Monday morning meditation. That is a powerful, powerful time. Our Monday morning meditation. We do it every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to be a part of it, and some of our folks in Kenya, that might be a good time for y'all because that's in the middle of the day. So, if you can, pop in for about 20 minutes and enjoy some Monday morning meditation. So we set our intentions for the week. It's a really, really great time to do that. And so Travis, Janae, or can you help Travis to get into the Oasis? Excellent. All right. So here, so here in the Oasis, there are a couple of other things too. The other things is that we have starting this Monday, and I'm really excited about this. We have what I like to call rabbit hole talks. These rabbit hole talks, this is the first one we're about to have. We're about to have the rabbit hole talks. The rabbit hole talks in the Oasis, inside of the lounge, is going to be really, really powerful. It's going to be our time. Bring your deep questions. Bring your deep questions. Bring that stuff. Bring the off the wall, out of the pocket, deep questions. Your introspections. Bring all of the stuff. Bring your conspiracy theories with you. We're gonna have a good time in the Oasis in our lounge there. So inside there, we also have a woman's safe space, and as we have a woman's safe space, that woman's safe space is super, super powerful because there's an amazing conversation going on. It's curated and moderated by our very own Janae, and we want to thank her for doing all of the amazing work that she has going on in there. You ladies need to be in there. You need to be involved and engaged because y'all are having their conversations that are absolutely vital to your betterment, if you will. So I want to invite you to become a part of the Oasis. How you become a part of the Oasis is real easy. You click on this picture, this good-looking guy right here on TikTok. And as you click on that picture, you have the opportunity to become a super fan. And as you become a super fan, TikTok will automatically put you in the Oasis. Now you may say, well, AD, I'm having some technical difficulties. I'm having some financial difficulties in getting into the Oasis. Listen, all you have to do is to message one of our wonderful moderators. That is Fine Wine, Mimi, Janae, or Willis. And they will help you to get into the Oasis. So that, and we want you in there with us because we have some amazing, amazing people in there doing some really, really great things. So that's the second level of engagement, is connecting with us in the Oasis. The third and highest level, and I'm about to put a link up in here. If you want to become a part of the Oasis Mind Spa, that's the highest level of engagement. That means you've either worked with me one-on-one, or like to work with me one-on-one, or you have been a part of our virtual hypnosis experience. And baby, we had our virtual hypnosis experience last night. It was absolutely powerful, life-changing. It was on becoming limitless. So it was absolutely powerful. We had a great time, and I invite you to become a part of that. Now, for those who are serious, this is, and I cannot express to you more emphatically, that if you are serious and you really want to work with me one-on-one, and you want to be a part of the Oasis Mind Spa, you want to work one-on-one with me, I'm about to put I'm going to pin this notice right up here, and it just simply says work with AD one-on-one. And if you want to, hey Chanel, good to see you on in here. If you want to work with me, you see this, do y'all see this little white banner down here on TikTok? Do you see it? Because as you see it, you can click on that form, fill that out, and that will allow you to work with me one-on-one. All right. And listen, please fill it out in its entirety. Fill it out in its entirety. Continue to go on. And this is only for folks that are absolutely serious about it. Okay. Excellent. And it's still there. The other thing is, if any part of what we have been talking about has resonated with you at any meaningful level, I want to go ahead and I want to put this out there for you. If any part of it, I authored this book. Let me go ahead and share this right now. I authored this book, Cracking the Abundance Code. Cracking the Abundance Code is a book that I authored that is designed to help you to become the absolute best version of yourself by quantum leaping into your wealthy identity. Listen, the abundance that you're looking for is looking for you. The prosperity you're looking for is looking for you too. And so as it's looking for you, the only reason why it can't see you is because there's some blockage that you might have in the way. And so can you all see the Cracking the Abundance Code? Can you see the book right down here? Can y'all see that in the TikTok shop? Can you see it? If you can see it, put yes in the chat, please. If you can see it. And so this Cracking the Abundance Code is really, really powerful because it addresses something that a lot of things don't address first when it comes to manifestation. All right, thank you, Amy, thank you, Chanel, excellent. What it is showing, thank you, Monica. What it is showing is that limiting beliefs are the thing that are keeping you out of alignment with you experiencing wealth, abundance, and prosperity. And so the very, very first chapter is on limiting beliefs and how to accept the limiting beliefs that you have, how to discover what they are, how to handle them. And I teach you step by step how to do that. The second chapter is on how to quantum leap into your wealthy identity, because you don't necessarily have to follow all of the old traditional steps in order to become more aligned with wealth and abundance and prosperity. This book is going to help you to do that. And the last thing I want to share with you out of Cracking the Abundance Code is this 21-day roadmap. This 21-day roadmap is just like having me with you step by step, day by day. And I show you how you can embody that version of yourself that is more in alignment with wealth and abundance and prosperity, so that you can remove those blockages so that the abundance can find you. Because many of you are doing the work. You just are slightly out of alignment, and I want to help you to get there. So grab your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code, and when you grab your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code, I'm going to sign it. I'm going to put your name in here. I am going to personalize this bad boy and put a little present inside, a little gift, and I'm going to ship it out to you today. Today. We're not going to hold on to it. We're going to ship it out to you today. And so I'm excited about that. Where are my meditation people at? Where are my meditation people at? Show me real quick. And I'm going to share this with you, and then we're going to move on with our conversation. I'm going to pin this. Meditation saved my life. I'm going to tell you right now, it did. In the darkest season that I wrestled with, it saved my life. So out of that, and a request from a good friend of mine, is I began to create these candles. They asked me to create these meditation candles, in between sessions and things like that. So I thought it was a great idea. And so we developed these candles. These are not some candles that we bought from I see you, Glam. That's a good thing. Yes, Glam, you do that meditation because it is absolutely imperative that you do it so you can step into those alternate states of consciousness, so you can help to reprogram the subconscious mind, all of that stuff. But the unique thing about these candles are 100% natural soy. 100% natural soy, a cotton wick. It also it's infused with essential oils that are designed to be in alignment with the intention of each candle. So this particular candle is the abundance candle. This one is infused with bergamot, lemongrass, and lodestone oil. So it helps to attract wealth and abundance and prosperity and all of those things to you because of the vibrational frequency of it. And if you do your background, a little research on bergamot and lemongrass and lodestone oil, it helps to draw abundance to you. So these are not just meditation candles, they are manifestation candles too. All right, so that's the very first one, and it smells absolutely amazing. I forgot to say. The next one is one of my favorites, is the Heal candle. The Heal candle is infused with essential rose oil. The essential rose oil is really, really powerful because it is designed to be high vibrational, because essential rose oil is one of the highest vibrational frequencies that you can incorporate into your space. And so it's designed to raise your vibrational frequency of the physical body, your spirit, your mind, all of these wonderful things. So it is a great asset, and it smells really good too. Like the rose is yes, I'm a dude, but the rose smells really, really good. And last but not least, and then we're going to continue with our conversation today, is the happy candle. You can't attract wealth and abundance and be miserable. That's just not how it works. So these candles are designed to help you to become really, really happy, to increase your mood, to raise that vibrational frequency so that you can be in alignment with wealth, abundance, prosperity, happiness, healing, all of that good stuff. So in this triple bliss set, you have all three candles. You get all three candles. You get the healing candle, you have the abundance candle, and you have the happy candle. For this price point, you can't get one of these type candles because when it comes to drawing and attracting wealth and abundance, these intention-based candles can get a really, really pricey. But you get all three candles for the same price that you would have to pay for just one of those candles. All right, so excellent. Let me go ahead and unpin this, and we're going to continue to move on with our talk. Yes, we are. Let me unpin these and remove them from the live. Remove, and we'll keep going. Excellent. All right. If y'all are ready for part 3, put 3 in the chat. Put 3 in the chat. Let's go. Thank you, Janae. Thank you. If you are ready for part 3, put 3 in the chat. And again, if you are looking to shift your life and take that thing to the next level, make sure that you go ahead, make sure you do that little short form if you are dead serious. All right, excellent. Thank you, Glam. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Nikki. All right. Stop auditioning for your own life. Stop auditioning for your own life. Main character energy means you stop auditioning for approval. And this is a big, big piece. This is a big piece. Main character energy means you stop auditioning. You stop auditioning for approval, and you start embodying self-trust. Because too often, many of us, we look for the approval in the eyes of our tribe. We look for the approval in the eyes of our significant other, our children, our families. We look for approval from people that we respect and that we regard, that love us. But looking for approval in the eyes of someone else about your own life, do you think that's going to catapult you or slow you down? Do you think looking for approval in somebody else's eyes is a good thing? Do you see it as fueling your fire or slowing down your progress? That's a real question. Do you see it as helping you? because too many of us are doing that. But that's not main character energy. Main character energy does not look for the applause of our tribe like that. No, it's not a good thing. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly appreciate it. Auditioning looks like over explaining, caring what other people think, what people have to say. And so, yes, Glam, it is definitely going to slow you down. So auditioning looks like over explaining, shrinking, minimizing your light, playing it small, waiting for validation or hesitating to take up space, to make that move. The subconscious mirrors self-perception always. And because the subconscious mirrors self-perception, when you see yourself as secondary, your behaviors confirm it. People pleasing, people pleasing, people pleasing, people pleasing. How many of us wrestle with the idea of people pleasing? Appeasing people so that you can be liked and hoping for that to be a part of your experience. Again, the subconscious mirrors self-perception. How you see yourself speaks volumes. You get it, sunshine. And when you live from the outside in, because that's what's happening, you're actually beginning to live from the outside in. And as you begin to live from the outside in, as you're living from the outside in, the subconscious literally is playing this balancing game between waiting for approval and moving on to the next, taking that next big step, that next leap. That's why the micro movements are so important, because the micro movements don't cause so much friction. The micro movements, because remember, the subconscious mind loves the familiar. And how you reprogram the subconscious mind, the best way to do it is bit by bit, step by step, moment by moment. Small micro movements, because those micro movements don't seem so threatening, because the subconscious mind loves the familiar, and it rejects to great degree that which is unfamiliar. So as you're moving into new areas and new territories about yourself, and you're becoming the better version of yourself, and you're starting to do things that you've never done before, you're starting to love yourself more and more, you're starting to put yourself first. Those things, what winds up happening is your subconscious mind begins to resist it and starts to self-sabotage, and it starts to do things by slowing down the process. And as it's slowing down that process, what is happening? What is happening? What is happening? It's slowing down that process so easily because you're looking for outside validation, and you're holding on to something that is not within your control. And so you massage and you manipulate and you do things inside of your tribe for their approval and their acceptance, while all of that energy could be spent and placed on you actually doing the thing that you said you were going to do and becoming the best version of yourself. Because where your focus goes, energy flows, and where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. So if you're constantly focusing on, and I have a really good friend that does this. I have a really good friend that loves the pats on the back. Very, very talented, very, very gifted. But because they never ask what they're truly worth, they place their worth on the accolades that they receive from other people. Does this resonate with anybody? They see themselves through the lenses of other people's eyes. And so as they see themselves through the lenses of other people's eyes, so do they see the value of themselves through the lenses of other people's eyes. That's why they value other people's opinions. That's why they spend a lot of time people pleasing. At one point in time in your life, people pleasing may have been a survival strategy, where you shrunk yourself down and you bent to the will of what everybody else wanted. But in actuality, what you were doing, where you were shifting your focus from becoming the better version of you, while your focus was on bending and acquiescing to them. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, put yes in the chat. If it makes sense, put yes in the chat. Main character energy means stop auditioning for approval and start embodying self-trust. Identity reinforcement. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Glam. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Janae. Identity reinforcement begins when you internally declare, this is my story. When you internally declare and you sing it boldly and proudly, this is my story. This is my story. Posting your work without obsessing over the reaction builds inner confidence, inner strength, and inner glow. Thank you, Fine Wine, for the rose. Setting boundaries without apology. Because remember, identity creates what? Standards and boundaries. And those standards and boundaries help to support that identity. And what is it in alignment with? Your standards and boundaries are in alignment with the highest and best version of you. That's the goal. But when it's not, those standards and boundaries have an effect on how you think, how you speak, how you act, and how you feel. And remember, those four things, that protocol of alignment, what does that do? That creates a resonance, that creates that frequency, and that frequency is projected out into the quantum field. You experience that as reality. Over and over. I share these axioms every single day. Why? Because the subconscious mind, it loves the familiar. The language of the subconscious mind loves the familiar. It loves repetition. It learns through repetition. The language of the subconscious mind is emotional. So the emotional states that you're constantly in over and over again calibrate the subconscious mind and program it to operate in a particular way, in a particular pattern, in a particular path. And that, through repetition, becomes entrenched and ingrained in the subconscious mind and creates the reality, the same one, cyclically over and over and over and over and over again. This is why I teach the way that I teach. I use the same principles throughout the conversation, but I change the context in which we look at them. So I change the lenses. So you understand what that dynamic is that's happening within you, so that you're starting to reprogram that subconscious mind without that great amount of resistance, because it's micro, small moves, moment by moment. If you're ready for part 4, put 4 in the chat. If you're ready for part 4, put 4 in the chat. Thank you, Glam. Janae says, when you don't trust your decisions, you question everything and everyone. And so that's why trust is so important. That's why it's so important to be at peace. That's why it's important to feel safe. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Glam. Thank you, Chanel. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Janae. Micro habits are vital. Romancing repetition. This is vital. Romancing repetition is not stagnation. Repetition is not stagnation. It is neural reinforcement. That's all it is. It is neural reinforcement. The subconscious thrives on familiarity. When healthy patterns become familiar, they become automatic. When patterns become familiar, they become automatic. When patterns become, write that down. If you're taking any notes, this is a good time to take those notes. The subconscious mind, remember, it thrives on familiarity. So when healthy patterns become familiar, they become automatic. Most of our life is driven by, it's on autopilot. You don't realize it, but your life is on autopilot. You think that you are in control, but what's truly in control is your subconscious mind. That is where the programming lies. And because that's where the programming lies, that's where this automatic thing happens, because there's something called the autonomic nervous system. And that autonomic nervous system, it regulates heartbeat, it regulates breathing. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to think about your body is run by your autonomic nervous system. And so a part of that autonomic nervous system, that your subconscious mind, it is on autopilot. And so when you continue to do things over and over and over again, repetitively, that pattern becomes automatic. That pattern becomes automatic. The Tao Te Ching, it teaches that nature does not hurry, yet everything is always accomplished. So there's a part of the journey that you have to walk in softly, quietly, and consistently. And it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen instantaneously. Thank you, Fine Wine, for those goats. Yes, I am the greatest of all time. Thank you, Nikki. I truly appreciate the roses. So again, thank you. Thank you, Janae. So when patterns become familiar, they become automatic. Sustainable growth mirrors nature, always. Sustainable growth always. Thank you. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Glam. Thank you for those gifts. I truly appreciate it. Sustainable growth mirrors nature. It's always going to mirror nature. Steady, rhythmic, patient. An entrepreneur refining their pitch daily builds mastery. Just for those of you who, it's Tao, T-A-O, not the Tao. Yeah, it's Tao Te Ching. And it depends on what language. It depends, because I know what you're talking about. The Tao Te Ching or Tao Te Ching. Oh, that's good. Oh, perfect. For those of you who want to go live on one of these platforms, whether on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, practicing. I remember when I first started going live on TikTok, there was nobody. There was nobody. When I say nobody, it was like nobody on. Like nobody on the live. Anybody gone live and it was like nobody on there? You sitting up there and you're like, am I supposed to say something? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Anybody made a decision to try going live? Jabs, Glam, y'all know what I'm talking about? Nikki. just talking to myself, right? And so I'm sitting up there and I'm talking to myself. I'm like, well, how long am I supposed to wait in here for people to come? And it happened one day. Watch this, because I'm on this live. I'm by myself, and I happened, and I was like, I wasn't necessarily frustrated, but I was like, well, dog, how long is it going to take for people to start coming in here? And so I started doing the little post, inviting people and doing all of that stuff. And so I would I would get frustrated just a tiny bit. And I saw this post. And this young lady, she couldn't have been no much. She was like in her 20s, maybe early 30s, maybe late, But anyway, she said, when you log on and you start to to go live for the first time, nobody's going to be in there, but that's okay. Use that as an opportunity to rehearse. Use that as an opportunity to become better at what you do. And guess what? As you continue to talk to yourself, just look at yourself and become accustomed to doing what it is that you do. Keep repeating it over and over again. And in due time, somebody will pass by and take a look and they will say, oh, what is he talking about? What is she talking about? And you continue to do it, you continue to do it, you continue to do it. And then the fine wines show up, and then the Mimis show up, and then the Janaes show up, and then the Amy's show up, and the Annies, and the Glams, and the Antoines, and the people begin to show up, the Monicas, the Moniques, and you begin to show up, the Jabs begin to show up. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? That repetition is vital in every aspect, because not only are you learning a new skill, you are recalibrating your subconscious mind to be accustomed to this new way of doing and being and living. So when it comes to This sustainable growth mirrors nature. Steady, rhythmic, steady, rhythmic. Hey, Wushu, good to see you on. Steady, rhythmic, and patient. So the more you practice, the more you do. Like I look at my son. My son is 16 years old. He's an amazing kid. Absolutely amazing kid. He does well in school. He's 6 feet tall. He's good looking. He can't help it. But he's good looking. He's a good looking kid. Very articulate, very talented. He plays basketball. This kid is so disciplined that he will wake up at dark 30. I'm sure the neighbors are a little aggravated. The neighbors, they real kind with him, but the kid will get up early in the morning. Like he'll be out there and it's dark outside. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. And as it's 5 o'clock in the morning, he's practicing. He's doing drills in the courtyard. He's doing drills. He's dribbling and he's shooting balls. He's doing what he does. He loves what he does, but he's learning through what? Repetition, 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 doing the thing over and over and over again. Amy says it means we're fortunate enough to be scrolling at the right time, and there you were. Yeah, that's what it was. Now, what would happen had I just stopped? Hey, Monique, good to see you coming in. Think about this for a moment. What does that mean? What if I had not kept going? And what if I had just said, because a lot of us quit. What would happen if I hadn't kept going? I wouldn't have met these wonderful people. I wouldn't have met Janae. I wouldn't have met Amy. I wouldn't have met Fine Wine. I wouldn't have met the Mimis of the world. I wouldn't have met Jabs. I would have known Antoine because Antoine is a friend of mine from college. But there's so many people that I would not have connected with. I wouldn't have met Janet. I wouldn't have been able to meet Wushu. There's so many people that I wouldn't have met Monique. And Monique brought in her sister. There's so many people that I would not have been able to connect with. I wouldn't know A-Town because I wouldn't have met Janae. Janae linked to... You see what I'm saying? And so you can life will always mirror nature. That's the universal law of correspondence. As within, so without. As it is in the east, so shall it be in the west. It's micro movements. So yes, Glam, it is time to start taking those micro movements. No, when you log on the first time, you're not going to have 200 people in the room. In fact, let me tell you something. The first time I hit the FYP, y'all, listen, the first time I hit the FYP, I didn't know what to do with myself. Man, that thing started, the numbers started to do this, and I'm looking at the screen, and it's going, 25 people, 40 people, 57 people, 69. I remember I got up to like 102 people the very first time I hit the FYP, and I was like, and I started sweating. Like, wait a minute, hold on. This is what you do for a living, boy. Get your life together. But repetition is absolutely vital. You remember that, Fine Wine? Calm your nerves. Janae on YouTube says my life wouldn't be the same today. And so when you have gifts that you want to share with the world, just like how Janae is about to release her first book, Fine Wine is really beginning to really push her herbal blends, her teas. There's so many things that I'm beginning to see shift and change. And this is true story stuff. That's right, Amy, it's true story stuff. So if you can see the shift and change in the journey, if you can see, Monique says she agreed. She agrees with you, Janae, over here on TikTok. If you can see the resemblance in your own story, your own journey, It will be the micro movements. See, as a plant grows, it doesn't just pop up all of a sudden. Most of them don't. They have their own stages. They have their own micro movements that get them to a spot where they become the better version of themselves. They become everything that they have seen that's within them. Flowers bloom, trees blossom, fruit is bared, lives are changed because you are taking micro movements. The better version of you is waiting on you. Your purpose is waiting on you to choose it, to walk in it, to be comfortable and confident in it. That is a part of it. If y'all are ready for part 4, put 4 in the chat. If y'all are ready for part 4, put 4 in the chat. This is good. And listen, I want y'all to make sure that y'all, this coming Monday, put on your calendars, this coming Monday evening. Because yes, we're still having Monday morning meditation. We're still having Monday morning meditation at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Oasis. But remember, we are also having Monday night at 7:11 at 7:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are having, aren't we on at 5? Amy, don't ask me questions during the live like that. I don't know. I don't have my calendar. I'm just remembering that we have our virtual, we have our, at 7:11, we have our rabbit hole talks. So we are on. All right. Are we on part, oh, you mean part 5? Oh, yeah, that's right. I see what you're saying. Why am I thinking about time? We are on part 5. Thank you so much. All right. You know what? I actually, as I did my thing, I actually misnumbered it. I misnumbered. I would show you my notes. I actually have 2 4s right there. So now what number we on? We on part 5. I'm sorry. We are on part 5. Healing as an elegant becoming. Healing as an elegant becoming. You know I'm big on healing. I'm huge on healing. When you look at my Cracking the Abundance Code, the entire program, the entire book, all of that stuff, it starts off because many of us, the reason why we are in vibrational disharmony with wealth, abundance, and prosperity is because of financial trauma that we experienced. And it is that financial trauma that we experienced that causes us, and I'm sorry, Amy, because I thought you were talking about something else. And my brain was like, huh? That abundance that you would normally experience. We talk about, we don't talk about the trauma that we've experienced, the financial trauma that many of us have experienced, because we don't realize that that's what's stopping us from experiencing our best life. We don't realize it. And so as I developed Cracking the Abundance Code, my goal was to be revolutionary, because there's so many self-help things, so many self-help books, and so many books on attracting wealth and abundance, the law of attraction, the secret, and all of these things, but they don't begin by truly highlighting the problem. They go straight to the solution. They go straight to, this is what you do. And the doing is in the attraction part. You have skipped so many steps that you need to do to effectively. That's why so many people were frustrated with the secret. They were frustrated with that process because it was missing steps. At that time, I thought the secret was the best thing in the world, but it only illuminated a part of the equation. The biggest part of the equation is the healing part, because as you're moving from the one version of yourself, the old version of you, to the new version of you, the old version of you is the version of you that got you beyond, or got you through, I won't say beyond, but got you through the pain, the trauma, and all of those things. But if you never healed from it, it's just like being in a relationship. How can you move from an old relationship that was tumultuous and bad and then go into the new relationship and be totally new and fresh? That's not going to work. Until you heal, you're going to be bringing all of that same old baggage and stuff onto your new relationship. So as it pertains to your becoming the better version of yourself, We all, each and every one of us, have to do the inner work to heal. If you think you're going to just jump and bypass that part of the journey, baby, I'm sorry. I hate to disappoint you. I hate to bust your bubble. But if you think that you're going to just disregard the healing part of your journey, yes, you can quantum leap. Yes, you can do things at light speed. But baby, you will not move beyond your pain. You will not move beyond your hurt. You will not move beyond your disappointment. You will not move beyond any of those things until you heal yourself. If that does that make sense? If that makes sense, put yes in the chat. And my folks that are part of the Oasis Mind Spa, tell them that's what that's where we start. We start with healing. That's it. Thank you, Willis. Thank you, Doretha. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Glam. It's healing. And see, here's the thing. There's so many people. My inbox is insane. I'll tell you that. And I have so many people that say, yes, AD, I want to work with you. Yes, I want to do something. And then a day or two later, they disappear. Why? They disappear. Why? For a number of reasons. But the healing part is the most important. Maybe they don't move forward because you think the old version of them is their greatest hater and it throws them off. Oh, wait a minute. Or is it the fact that people make decisions emotionally and they justify them logically? And so they made a decision to say, yes, I want to work. Yes, I want to become better and I want to do better. They made an emotional decision. And in that moment of emotional decision making, as time goes on, the same emotional state doesn't stay. The emotional state, it shifts. And as the emotional state shifts, so does their commitment to themselves shift too. That is why it is so important to heal from the old version of you, because the old version of you is putting limiting beliefs upon you. And those limiting beliefs cause you to stay stuck. So that's why it is imperative to heal. It is imperative to heal because it is difficult for you to make new decisions and to become a new person if you're still operating under the same old programming, the same old pains, the same old story, the same old trauma. That's why this section is absolutely vital. Healing as an elegant becoming. Healing does not have to feel dramatic or profound. It doesn't. Thank you, Monique. Thank you for the goats. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for the lightning bolts. Yes, I am the greatest of all time. Believe it. Emotional regulation is not suppression. It is sovereignty. Emotional regulation, part of the healing is regulating your nervous system. Part of the healing creates an environment where your nervous system says, finally, I can breathe. I've taken off the weights. I've taken off the bondage. I've cut sometimes every now and again, I will do, I find it very necessary in my hypnotherapy practice to do the cutting of the cord ceremony. And the cutting of the cords is releasing that which no longer serves, releasing the trauma, releasing the ties to errors when you shrunk yourself and you were so small. That's why last night was so powerful, because that's part of what we did last night in last night's virtual hypnosis experience. Thank you, Mimi. I truly appreciate it. Healing the traumas of your life is going to catapult you. It's like you're trying to fly, and you have the ability to fly, but you have so much weighting you down. Hear me. You're trying to move. You're trying to become the better version of yourself. You're trying to literally step into a new life, but you're weighted down. Part of you are weighted down by the cords that are tied to old trauma and old hurt. Part of you are weighted down because you're still holding on to baggage that you should have let go a long time ago. Relationships that are no longer serving you. Jobs that keep you locked in a box and in a paradigm that you don't see yourself even in. Connections, ties, bondage, weight of debt, weight of fear, weight of doubt, so much stuff that creates limiting beliefs in you to where you can't even move. Anybody ever been in a season where you just felt stuck? If you've ever felt stuck before, put stuck in the chat. And if you feel stuck right now, put stuck now in the chat. If you've ever felt stuck, put stuck in the chat. And I'm spending time on this part because it is absolutely vital. Thank you, Willis. Thank you, Glam. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Jabs. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Doretha. Stuck. Micro moves. Micro moves. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Willis. Thank you, Janae. Stuck. Part of the stuck is the fact that you have not healed, you have not healed, you have not healed. So this emotional regulation is not about suppression, because that's what happens when you heal. It becomes emotional regulation. And so that emotional regulation is not suppression, it is sovereignty. Heart-brain coherence, it comes into play. The moment you begin to heal, that heart-brain coherence aligns physiology with intention, making internal harmony in biology a reality. Stuck. This is creating holding patterns. The Bhagavad Gita, it teaches that steady wisdom, remaining grounded mid-chaos, as the mark of inner maturity. That's that emotional regulation that I was just talking about. It's neurochemical. It is a part of neuroplasticity. It is neurobiology all day long. Choosing not to respond in a negative way. Hey, Blue, good to see you on. As a result of this shift and change. And as you begin to shift and you begin to change, it is always going to be systemic of healing. If you're ready to heal, this is time. It's time for you to pull the trigger for yourself. Go ahead and click that little thing, and don't just make an emotion. And listen, don't just make an emotional decision. Make a commitment to yourself. And what is a commitment? What is commitment? Commitment is doing the thing that you said you were going to do long after the mood you said it in is gone. When you click on that little check mark down there, and you say, I want to work with AD, I want to be a part of the Oasis Mind Spa. The commitment that we're talking about, the commitment is to you. The commitment is not to me. The commitment is to yourself and to your becoming. Stop sidestepping your commitment to yourself. Stop. The mere fact that you won't move for yourself and you won't stick to doing things that you say you're going to do, what does it do? It continues to make you an extra in your own story. That's not main character energy. What is meant by going within? I have tried. Oh, Doretha. Going within is one of the most beautiful things that you can do, is quieting your mind. Going within is closing your eyes, letting go of everything that is outside of you, and stepping within. Stepping within yourself. That's actually a beautiful question. Going within means being quiet enough to listen to your passions. Going deeper within allows you to hear your spirit, to hear your soul. Your soul literally ministers to you and tells you things. You can hear your path. That's right, Blue. And it is peaceful. It's a part of a regulated nervous system too. Because when you live in a world that is so externally driven, you live in a world that is so externally driven and rewards only the end, not the journey. So we want everything now. See, the beauty is in the process. The beauty is in the process. And the beauty that I'm talking about being in the process is just like, and I always use this as an example. It's like going into your grandmother's kitchen. The beauty in that process is you going into your grandmother's kitchen and she's in there doing her thing. Your mother's kitchen, your own kitchen. And you're taking your time and cooking things slowly. You're tasting it. Oh, it needs a little bit of this. It needs a little bit of time. It needs a little bit of coriander. It needs a little bit of salt. It needs something. That's going within, listening, getting quiet enough to hear your soul speak to you. But again, most of us have so much trauma going on. Most of us won't take the time to slow down enough to hear that you're tired of being tired. You're so busy performing, so busy performing, so busy performing, so busy performing, so busy performing. Many of you every day are so busy performing, performing for your family, performing for your husband, performing for your wife, performing for your children, performing for your job. You're performing. Your whole existence is performative. And so therefore, at the end of the day, you have nothing left because you've been on stage all day. And as you were on stage, you weren't performing for yourself. You were performing for everybody else. Anybody in here tired of performing for everybody else in the world and not putting yourself as the main character in your story? No, the people are not going to love the fact that you're now choosing yourself. No, let me tell you right now. There are going to be family members that get upset with you because you're no longer the go-to person. There are going to be friends that don't understand your new shift in becoming. That's a part of it. Thank you, Glam. Thank you, Rosemary. There are going to be people that don't like it. That's a part of your journey. It's a part of your story. This really can be the greatest season of your life. In fact, if I can we pause right here? Can we? Because we have a few more minutes left in the hour, but I just do not see us moving. Yeah, no, there's no way we can finish. Can we? I want to finish this. We're gonna finish this on Monday. Can we finish this? Can we finish this on Monday? Because I want, and I just want to talk to you from my heart today, just for these last few minutes, if that's okay. Can I just talk to you just for a few minutes? Excellent, excellent. And then we're going to get up out of here. And we're going to begin here. Yeah, we're going to begin here. All right, good. Excellent. Thank you. So, the biggest thing that you will do for yourself, I can promise you this, is to make a commitment to your healing journey. That is, I can't tell you how important that is to make a commitment. The biggest shifts and changes that I ever made is when I made a commitment. I made a commitment to do the thing that I said I was going to do. Long after the mood I set it in was gone. You know how debilitating it is when you start a journey and you quit? What are you training your mind to do? What are you training yourself? Because remember, the subconscious mind loves repetition. How many of you are bold enough to say you've been a quitter? That you will start a project and you stop. That you started college, you didn't finish. That you start something and you just don't finish. Thank you for your transparency. Thank you, Doretha. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Jabs. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, me. Monica. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Farron. Thank you, Glam. Thank you, Willis. We all have. Thank you, Janae. Your greatest season is waiting on you to choose it. Your greatest life is waiting on you to choose it. And you have a full community of people that are looking to work, to hold your hand in the process. You have a group of people that are mindful, that are kind, that will stay on the phone, that will message you, that will connect at an intimate level with you in a real way. Not for some superficial reason, not because they have an agenda, but simply because they just want to see you do good. That's what the Oasis has become for many of us. For real, for real. And so again, you're invited. This is not some pitch or an appeal. You're just invited. And we're here, and we're going to continue to be here. And as we are here, we just want to become a reflection of such a higher vibrational frequency. When people ask me, well, what's your purpose, AD? What's your purpose on this planet? Because I always talk about purpose. Number one, how I see myself, because the universe does not give us what we ask for. The universe gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. I am a teacher. I am a healer. I am a teacher. I am a healer, first and foremost. And as a teacher and a healer, I embody that every single day without fail. It wasn't always that way. It wasn't always that way. I tiptoed. I had one feet, in one foot over here in business world and still doing investments and still doing cryptos and doing those things. Then I had the other foot solidly over here in the coaching world. And I'm trying to balance the two and then, well, it's more than that. I'm not going to bore y'all with all of the things that I was balancing and juggling. But I will tell you this though. The most fulfilling part of my life is right now. When I made a clear decision that this is the life that I was going to live authentically, not trying to hide my gifts, not trying to hide who I was, try to shade my tone and language, not having all of these different personalities. Because people will say I have different personalities. I do. But guess what? You're going to get them all whenever I decide to give them to you. They're not, I was crazy. I used to have my personalities have days of the week. Not anymore. And that comes with time, that comes with age. That comes with understanding that wearing different masks, it was too much work. You wear a mask for the family. You wear a mask for your clients. You wear a mask for the job. You wear a mask for your friends. You wear a masks for organizations that you're connected to. You wear a mask. You just wear a mask every day. And look, those masks. Anybody tired of those masks? Code switching. There you go, Blue. Thank you. Code switching. Anybody just tired of the masks? You have to make a commitment to yourself, your authentic self, because that's when you're tired of them. I understand, Glam. It's draining. So, I invite you to become a part of the Oasis, connect with us. You have some folks that'll hold your hand along the way. And coaches there. And so we're at the top of the hour, and we're gonna, we're literally bubble up when I go to work or anywhere. Listen, I understand. Hey, coach, just a suggestion. If you could bring us up some days to interact and ask questions to interact. Jabs, are you in the Oasis, Jabs? Are you in the Oasis? Do you have Discord? Can you download the Discord app? Because I want to make sure that, because see, those are perfect. So listen, you can download. Oh, it's so easy. Just like you downloaded the TikTok app, you can go to your app store and you can download the Discord app. That's all it is. It's the Discord app. Thank you, Glam, for those goats. I appreciate you. And as you download the Discord app, it allows you. Then we'll send you a link, and you can get it inside of the Oasis. And so it's really, really easy. And that way, that's where the rabbit hole conversations come from. That's where I want to take us deep, deep down. And you can ask those wonderful questions there. Absolutely. So I love the idea, Jabs. It's just that for us in the space of the Oasis, there are no limits, and so I have to be very mindful and cognizant of the rules of TikTok, and that's the thing. TikTok has rules. How I engage, their words that I say, and because the AI is always listening. Yeah, it's always listening. I don't want it to become. Thank you, Jabs. Jab, you see, Jabs. Fine Wine is going to take care of you. Thank you so much, Fine Wine. And so here, thank you, Blue. And so here, thank you, Blue, for the roses. And so here, just remember, here on TikTok we have, and the same thing on YouTube, we have a lot of rules that we have to follow. Because if you violate those rules, they can literally revoke your privileges of going on live. And so we don't want to do that because we have the ability to impact a whole lot of people's lives and do what we do, have these master classes every day. So I want to invite you to become a part of that oasis. And that's for anybody who does. Anybody that's on the live, all right? So good, 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 good. Today is our Friday. We are off tomorrow. So there's no class for tomorrow, no master class for tomorrow. And let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and kick our after party off over here on TikTok. And so we want to celebrate and we're going to release our YouTube family. Thank you so much for being with us today. I truly love each and every one of you. Thank you, Fine. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Willis, for moderating over here. They weren't so bad today. They didn't cut up so bad. They only had one or two, but they kind of dismissed themselves. And so I appreciate you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna kick this party off over here on YouTube. You're more than welcome to join us. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Willis. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of today's experience. So we're gonna go ahead and sign off here on YouTube, and the after party is gonna kick off right now on TikTok. Here we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Janae. Thank you. I truly appreciate you. And